we're going to do a close read today, which just means we're going to dive into a story and try and see if we can answer our essential question as we read. Do you remember what it is this week? What's our essential question? It is. So it's how do we care for animals? How can we care for animals? What do we do to care for animals, pets or animals out in the wild? Okay, so this story is called a narrative nonfiction. So if you watched the video before, I talked just a little bit about what that means. A nonfiction is what? What's a nonfiction? What's writing? It means that it's real. It means that it happened. So there really is a boy and a horse. And the narrative part just means that they're putting it in a story kind of a format. So instead of just listing facts about the horse, telling you specific things about the boy, the author does such a good job of writing this story smooth. And so it feels like it has a flow to it. It has a beginning, a middle, and it has an end. And then it tells a story along the way. It's really great in helping with our comprehension and helping us remember the things about the horse and about the boy. So I'm going to dive right in. It's called Taking Care of Pepper. I'm going to show you what he looks like. Here's Pepper, and there's the boy. All right, so I'll hold up the pictures as I go, but just listen and create the pictures in your mind as well, okay? Taking care of Pepper. Again, remember our essential question, how do we care for animals? Let's see how he cares for his animal. Have you ever been on a farm? Jack lives on a farm. He has a horse named Pepper. Jack helps take care of Pepper. Looking after a horse is a big job. A horse has many needs. There are a lot of things a horse must have to live. Every morning, Jack wakes up at 5 a.m. Do you wake up at 5 a.m.? That is early. He is a responsible boy, isn't he? He and his father go to Pepper's stall. A stall is where they keep the horses, kind of in a nice little room with a gate. The stall keeps Pepper safe from bad weather and other dangers. When Pepper sees Jack, the horse gets excited. Jack smiles when the horse gets all worked up. First, Jack gives Pepper hay to eat. Okay, that's something new. Did you know that they eat hay? While Pepper eats, Jack cleans Pepper's stall. So he shovels out the dirty hay and the sawdust, and then he puts down fresh padding. Next, Jack strokes Pepper's brown coat and it feels smooth. Strokes like petting. So he pets the side and it feels so smooth. Then Jack leaves to go to school. But his work is not done. At 3 p.m., Jack rides the bus back home. He has a snack and he does his homework. Next, his mother gives him an apple for Pepper. Then they go to visit Pepper. Here's Pepper. Jack and his mom find Pepper in a field. Pepper is allowed to roam. There's two of your vocabulary words in one sentence. Pepper is allowed to roam. He can walk around the field. He was drinking after having wandered the field. All that walking here and there made Pepper thirsty. Now it's time for Pepper's exercise. In the wild, horses run for many hours a day, but Pepper does not live out in nature. Jack must make sure that Pepper gets the exercise he needs. Jack puts the saddle on Pepper. He places the bit in Pepper's mouth, and Mom does the same thing with her horse, and they ride together. When they are finished riding, Jack grooms Pepper. He brushes his mane, which is his long hair up top, his mane, his tail, and his fur. Finally, Jack gives Pepper more hay and refills his water bucket. See you in the morning, Jack says. Pepper nods his head as if to say, yes, I'll be waiting. Isn't that so nice? So here's a picture of a horseshoe, if you can see that. But he's taking care. And in the little caption, the caption below the picture, it says, Jack's dad checks for rocks in Pepper's hooves. So his feet, his little hooves. He must, if he sees one, he must get it out. Because if a rock gets stuck in their shoe, how does that feel if you get a rock in your shoe? So annoying, and it kind of can start to hurt as you're walking. So the same thing for horses. They can't reach down there and pop out the rock. So they need Jack and his dad and his mom to help make sure that there's nothing stuck in those shoes so it doesn't start bruising up his feet. Oh, and there's another really nice picture of him. All right, guys. So for today, I want you to answer a couple questions for me from our reading. All right, so the first one, how do people care for horses? So what are some of the examples that Jack did in this story? What did he do to take care of Pepper? So I want you to think about that. I want you to list a couple, at least 3. Give me 3 things that someone has to do to take care of a horse. Okay, and then I want you to compare that. So what does compare mean? Kind of look at the similarities and the differences, okay? And I want you to compare and tell me how it's different taking care of a horse than it is for taking care of maybe a pet that you have. So some of you have birds and dogs and cats and lizards. You have so many really cool pets at home. How is it different taking care of your pet or a pet that you know and a horse? So those are the 2 things that I'd like you to write in your journal today, all right? Send me a picture in Dojo. I always look forward to seeing your beautiful writing. You are working so hard. Please keep it up, and I'll see pictures, and we'll talk soon. All right, bye.